From Goodyear Heights to podcast listeners everywhere.
Welcome back to Bearded and Crunchy, the Bull Session.
We can talk, chat, shoot the shit.
The Bull Session.
They have returned.
Yeah.
Not that anybody's listening currently. But 25 for the last
Oh no! We suck again!
7 days, man. That's our
tough.
worst outing since I think ever.
Probably the sports episode because
Yeah,
nobody gives a shit
yeah.
about sports.
Yeah, nobody cares about sports anymore. But yeah, guys, we're back. We needed to. We won't go into detail, but it's been a week for the both of us.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of roller coasters between the two of us, but yeah, we are currently in some sort of twilight zone between diarrhea lettuce and the United States smoke alert. I don't know what the fuck, dude. Between Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and parts of West Virginia, dude, that air quality was a mother, wasn't it?
It's all the smoke from the Canadian wildfires.
The Canadian wildfires, and it was right over Ontario, and it had that
the wind shifted.
shift.
Yeah, Cleveland was horrible, bro.
Well, you know, we know this, but
Yeah.
Thursday was Ty's birthday, and
Yeah.
we always love it when his birthday falls during the week. But we took him to Kennywood, and
Oh, nice.
That was the worst day of it, Thursday.
yeah.
And I'll never forget, I woke up to take the dogs out, and as soon as I opened the door, I noticed the smoke,
Yeah.
but I just thought it was fog.
Right. At first, yeah.
Until I smelled. As soon as I opened the door and I could smell.
Did it smell like burnt plastic to you?
It's you know what it smelled like? You know when you get packages nowadays and the outer package is like a cardboard box,
Yeah.
and inside of it is like a plastic tray?
Yes.
It smelled like somebody burnt that.
Yeah.
It was both.
It was
like-
nasty.
and I was like, Jesus Christ. And it was bad.
Yeah.
And as we were traveling, because Kennywood is east, but it's also a little south.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we got to Kennywood, there was clear skies. But by the end of the day,
It rolled in.
it was bad. And they were closing early because
Yeah.
of it. We ended up getting the free rain check tickets to come back.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hope Kennywood never sees this, but our day was already over, and you gave us free passes to come back. So thank you.
Hey. Okay.
Yeah.
Free
But
is free.
between that and that whatever what is it? Not infection. What was it? That
The parasite,
parasite,
diarrhea lettuce stuff. Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah, whatever.
And at first they were freaking out. They were saying all of your veggies are bad, and even watch your fruits. And then Friday morning, I seen it was traced back to shredded lettuce from Taylor Farms.
Ooh.
It always ends up being that pre-bag shit. And you know,
Yep.
and I want to say this because this is the Bull Sessions. Quit shitting on these restaurants and saying it's their fault.
Right,
Bro,
it's not their fault.
Regardless of where they're getting it from somewhere.
Yeah.
And the shit that they get is the same shit that they actually put in grocery stores too. You can get the same lettuce
Right.
they get. But yeah. Fortunately, I don't think I've known anybody that
Nah, I don't know anybody.
that got it, but they said there was a bunch of cases in Ohio. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see or hear of anybody that actually.
I don't regularly eat shredded lettuce, so it's
I
rare.
should probably eat more
Yeah.
vegetables and shit like that, but I'm a high protein kind of
yeah, me too.
guy. I don't get a lot of fruits and vegetables. Probably should.
Get the scurvy.
Yeah.
Need the citrus.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, what a like, and you couldn't, like, it was weird too because like I don't know, like the smoke, it almost seemed like the movie The Fog.
Yeah.
Like
Like that apocalyptic, like
yeah, it had that feel to it.
Yeah.
It was like
a weird orangish haze.
yeah,
just-
well, and that was what really did it was driving home from Kennywood and seeing the sun
oh yeah,
set,
dipping
and
behind it.
it looked like Tatooine.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
of how orange it was from the haze and shit. I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, that's straight out of Star Wars.
Nice.
But yeah, we ended up leaving the park. It's about anywhere between 2 hours, 15 minutes and 2.5 hours to get there, depending if you want tolls or not.
Right. I've been there once before.
Yeah, and we left about 5:30, 5:40ish, and the boys were hungry. So we stopped at Texas Roadhouse. On the way home,
Ooh,
took him out, let him eat. And let me say, I don't think his parents oversee this, but Ty's best buddy, Cooper, is a treasure.
Nice.
He is one of the most polite kids I've ever met in my
That's
life. He
awesome.
said thank you for everything. He was asking about things. He's seen my sensor.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's like, oh, what's that for? I was like, well, I'm a diabetic. And he goes, well, Rhiannon was actually telling him about it. And then I showed him on my phone how I can check my sugar
Mhm.
levels. And he thought that was cool.
That's a game changer for you guys.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's helped me really be able to regulate much better
Yeah.
than having to prick my finger every 2.5, 3 hours.
No kidding.
The tips of my fingers used to get so just tender. And,
That's how my dad is or
I
was.
hated it. Like, even if you alternate and go back.
Yeah, it
it's
didn't
like,
matter.
It just eventually, because you're doing it 2, 3, sometimes 4, maybe
Right.
even 5 times a day. But
And the funny thing is my dad fought that so hard until he was finally explained exactly what it does, and he goes, "That sounds so much better than pricking my finger all the time,
Yeah.
or fingers all the time." And it's like, that's what we've been trying to tell you.
well, the thing that discouraged me was the price.
Yeah, that's
They're
ridiculous.
so expensive.
man.
Well, they're dropping now.
Yeah.
I used to pay 120 something for 5,
Mm-hmm.
and they last 14 days.
Yeah.
But the last time I got the 5, it was $99, and I was like, "Holy shit,
Oh.
it dropped!"
That's
And
pretty
then
good.
I realized I had seen a commercial. Right now, it's only Dexcom and the Freestyle Libre 3. There's another one on the market. So they were like, "Oh shit, we got more competition. We should probably lower our prices."
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I figured happened there. But whatever, saves me money.
Yeah, no
You
kidding.
know, I'm for it, especially because in these batch, the first one that I got, it ended up, I forget how it happened, but it ended up malfunctioning, and I had to
Oh.
replace it. And then because I sweat so bad,
Mm-hmm.
at Kennywood and that, it started to release yesterday,
Oh.
and I had to pull it off. And I actually had to have, typically Rhiannon helps me.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to have Ty put a new one on, so I had to waste 2. I can get a hold of them and they'll replace them, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. But dude, this last week was just so busy, and
Right.
you know I have to prep for this week because Rhiannon's out of town taking care of her aunt. So, but yeah, it's been a hell of a week.
Yeah.
But good news on you.
Yes.
Tell everybody the good news.
Well, unfortunately, I had to turn that job down in Ravenna.
That is unfortunate.
It was a little bit far of a drive through the boonies and the sticks to go work, and my car's kind of a piece of shit most of the time. But I found this place up in Brecksville, which is literally 3 minutes further than my former job, and it's all highway, and it's doing, I don't want to say less, but it's less BS and more.
Get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, it's driving, but I would also end up doing some shipping stuff in the warehouse, which that's what I did at a couple jobs ago.
I remember that.
And bro, I interviewed with the guy on Thursday, and he goes, "Well, I got 3 more interviews today and 1 tomorrow. Probably end up calling you tomorrow. I wish I could just offer it to you right now, because you fit everything that I need. You check all of my boxes, and you're really easy to talk to." And
I could have told him that.
well, here's the funny part, because I felt like a whore. I said, "Funny you should mention talking."
Oh, you did it.
I'm like, me and my friend have this podcast that we do.
Did you pop your stranger cherry?
He goes, "That's pretty awesome." He goes, it was almost like, allow me to retort.
Yeah.
He goes, "I have a nice little following on my YouTube channel." And I'm like, all right, touche.
Yeah.
So we laughed about that and talked, and he's like, "Dude, you're awesome. Like, I want to hire you. I can't, like, I got to do my due diligence and give
gotta
these
do
other
the
guys."
interviews. Yeah.
I get a call at like 4 till 4 on Thursday, and he goes, "Well, I'm just calling to let you know that the job is yours. The other 3 interviews didn't even bother to show up, and I talked to my boss, and he goes, hire you." I'm like, "Oh, sweet." So, yeah, I get to start tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It was a quick turnaround. So,
Yeah.
you know, as much as that one job would have been a decent job,
Yeah.
a little bit of a further drive, you had to wait a while, and then
Yeah.
you get anxious, and you start
Yep.
thinking, like for you, I know you were probably worried about the drive, so you're like, God damn. And then the more you had to wait, it's like
Yeah.
you couldn't really get a test of would it make it long term going back and
Right.
forth from here and stuff like that. So I know that could have been a issue, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We're all happy.
Yeah.
You're baby. You can get back into the workforce.
I've been going stir crazy sitting at home trying to, figure things out, and it's like I feel bad because I feel like my wife is shouldering all of the burden right now.
Well, and now that you say that, like, that just shows your character. But, I think
Yeah.
we've mentioned this in past episodes, but I think that's what a lot of people forget about is that, like, that's why you get in a relationship. Is
Yeah.
because when somebody's down, the other, I've said this to you, and I've said this to you on this podcast.
Right.
It's not 50-50.
Right.
It's not even 100-100.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah, when it comes to, like, as far as financially is concerned, your wife's holding the whole load for now.
Right.
But that's how it goes. But there's been times when you've had to do that.
Right.
That's what you do in a relationship.
Yeah.
You pick up that whatever's going on in your partner's life, and you carry them while they need you to,
Right.
so they can get them. So don't. And again, there's nothing wrong with feeling the way you do, but
Yeah.
you're doing what you can. I mean, like, bro, you told what'd you tell me that first day? You put it like what 40? What'd you text me? I don't remember what you said.
Yeah, it
You-
was something like 25, 30.
Maybe it was. I knew it was
Yeah, it
something
was a
like
lot.
that. I mean, it was more than I probably would have.
Yeah,
done.
I was hitting everything, just trying to find, because I felt like getting let go from a job I wasn't expecting from calling off on a Saturday because my back hurt. It's like, I mean, it's cool. Like we talked about it a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, but again, man, like,
And I had PTO to cover it. That's the
well,
fucked up thing.
That's to me. That's where they, like, I feel like. I mean, ultimately, there's nothing you can do,
Right.
Because I mean, most of these places can fire you for whatever reason.
Oh, yeah.
It's in all of their code of conducts and their
We
policies.
don't like the
company
color of
policies.
your
Yeah,
shoes.
bro.
or-
You could come in and they'll be like, "Man, you didn't shave right. You're fired." I mean, like,
Right.
it doesn't matter.
right.
That's why when I was going through this Meneer shit, I wanted that, the FMLA and the
Yeah.
to where I can work from home without
Yes.
it counting against me, because it's like, and that's where, as much as I think they don't serve the same purpose as they used to, that's what unions were for. It was to
Yeah.
save the worker.
I agree.
I mean, it's not nowhere near what it. I mean, it is, but
It depends on
But
what sector you're working in.
well, and I also think that some of them really do use the system.
yeah, I agree.
to basically allow some of these union workers to basically do nothing.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying they're all like that, but there's people like that everywhere. So, but
I'll tell you a quick story. I have a great uncle who worked for Chrysler for damn near 30 years. And they would work overtime on Saturdays once in a while. And I love the guy because he's still alive. He's in his 80s. But super down to earth guy, completely different than my great aunt, who was surprisingly my grandmother's sister. And they couldn't be
polar
opposites. Like my grandmother just was a sweet lady. She loved everybody. She was a little German lady. Her sister was like Cruella de Vil. I mean, she was literally, it was everything about money, 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 money. And I can never remember her ever working.
Wow.
My whole entire life until she died in 2008. My uncle worked, again, through Chrysler, but he would work overtime on Saturdays, and they literally, on his part of the line, they would sit there and play cards at a card table, and they would have whatever part roll through, and they'd have to go and do like 4 bolts. And mind you, that's making like $45-50 an hour on overtime.
Yeah.
And that's where that gets me as like, UAW is strong, and that's a great union to be into if you
Oh yeah.
if you can get in that and do auto stuff.
Jermaine was in that.
Yeah, but man, come on, to do 4 bolts on a Saturday.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think that's probably why they went to robots.
Oh,
But-
of course. Of
but
course.
Jermaine worked for Goodyear
Oh, nice.
for I think 8-9 years.
Wow.
And he had to utilize the union a couple of
Yeah.
times. and it definitely helped him out and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I think his mom or Amy's mom, she worked there, or no, somebody that was, I can't remember. I'm not going to get it wrong, so I'm not going to go there. But yeah,
Right.
I've never even been in a situation to work for a union, so I don't. I mean, I know the basics of how they work and all that shit. I know many a times if Jermaine had emergencies come up. I mean, a lot of his kids were little when he was
Right.
working there. They really covered him when he needed
Oh, yeah.
to,
Yeah,
you know, to keep his job. But
It
you know,
again, it depends on what sector. Like I was a Teamster at Schwabel's, and they didn't do shit for me. But I turn around and I go, well, my dad was a Teamster for almost 25 years, and he was a union steward. I mean, if anything happened, at work, he was the guy you went to,
yeah,
and he brought everything to the union, for grievances and everything. And he loved being in a union, and it did protect a lot of stuff in his job over the years. I had a completely different experience, as a Teamster. And I can tell you, my buddy CJ, he's an electrician, so he's IBEW,
yeah,
and he loves it. They protect the hell out of their guys, but they make really good money too because it's
Yeah.
a serious trade,
oh yeah, I don't know.
So, again, it's depending on what sector you're in, job-wise and everything, depending on the union, it could be great, or it could be, why am I paying my union dues?
Yeah,
It just depends.
yeah. Like I said, I've never. I mean, hell, where I'm at now is the first job I've had a salary ever.
Yeah.
I've been paid hourly my entire life
Yeah.
up to that point. So, but like I said, they serve their purpose.
Sometimes. Yeah, it's a little dusty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't dusted up here.
But again, I never got into a trade or anything like that.
Yeah.
Looking back, I kind of wish it all worked out now.
Sure,
I'm an engineer technically, so I do more design than engineer
Right.
type work, but I do have to put some of the shit together
course.
that I design. But
But you earned that ability, and that's your craft, and you make good money at it.
I definitely don't make bad money. I
mean,
will say that. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not rich by any means.
No,
I mean, if I were
but you make a good living.
to go out on my own, I would probably be
live.
living.
You'd be fine.
I hope.
Yeah.
I've been looking at like apartments.
It's
well,
crazy.
I really would. I want a home to rent when I
Yeah.
go out on my own. Like I want a place for Ty to come, and
Sure.
I want to have an
Space.
office for maybe this.
Oh yeah,
Like, you never
especially if
know.
you stayed close or.
Well, I'm gonna put it all out there. After me and Rhiannon had decided to split after Ty graduated, I was gonna go south.
Oh.
But then this happened,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't walk away from this for all the money in the world. So
Give it a couple more abysmal weeks, you might change your mind.
no, no, especially after this past week. I need this,
Yeah.
and I think there's gonna come times when you you have. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
shit, what was it? I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but like you were ready.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, guys, listen, download, like, comment. Come on, it's like
It's really funny. I always laugh about it, because we're doing a bowl session. I can kind of say this shit
Yeah.
on here. I don't give a shit.
right.
But I really, it always, it makes me laugh. I look at, the promos you put up and then the clips you put up after the episodes come out on, Instagram and TikTok. And I see that sometimes it'll have like 150 views on, either one of those
TikTok, yeah.
platforms, sometimes over 200. And I'm like, so we can take the time to watch a video clip and either A, heart emoji it, or even leave a comment. But we can't listen to the fucking episode?
Yeah, I mean, like that's where, like we're never gonna get paid off of that shit.
I don't
on there.
understand it.
I don't either. And like, look at the views on YouTube.
I know.
Like,
The first music episode has almost 400.
yeah,
And it's like, okay,
yeah.
cool, thanks for watching.
Well, and again, this is a bull session, so we can say, like, obviously we didn't get into it to be successful.
Right.
Not that it wasn't something that we wanted,
Sure.
but it wasn't why we started
No,
it.
It's definitely not.
And I'm not gonna lie, especially with the week that I've had,
Right.
and then this, it's been a tough
Yeah.
week for me.
I know.
man.
I know. I remember
And-
texting you early on in the week when the episode dropped, and I'm like, kind of
I don't
rough.
know. I mean, we are hitting hard of camping and,
Yeah.
and vacation
Oh
seasoning.
yeah. Wait till fall.
But we did get a new location. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
West Virginia.
Oh,
I was wondering if that was, and it was the bull session.
who's listening in West Virginia to the bull session?
I
Unless they
only
thought it was something about a
know-
bull.
I only know of 2 people in West Virginia that even know we have a podcast.
Okay.
And that's Rhiannon's Aunt Sherry, where she's at taking care of her,
Uh huh.
and her cousin, who her Aunt Sherry is her grandma,
Oh. You think maybe?
lives in Morgantown and comes down to Elkins, where her
Okay.
aunt lives. And those are the only 2 that know that I do it.
Oh.
I
Maybe.
just don't understand why that would be the one they would download.
Maybe
I
they
don't
thought the
care.
titles-
Thank you.
Yeah. Whoever.
I just didn't
whoever it
know.
is.
Yeah. But yeah, there was that. And then Brazil. We never talked about
I
Brazil.
know Brasilia.
Yeah, we got somebody from Brasilia.
And that was the bull session.
yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
don't understand these bull sessions. I don't know what people were expecting out of them.
I don't know. It's
but
just 2 guys
it's
bullshitting.
2 guys bullshitting. Like that's
And we're-
literally what it's about.
And we're dumbasses. So.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess that's what we'll take the rest of the way. It's like, guys, we need your help, man. Like, I'm not asking to be Joe Rogan, but like, tell your people about us. Like, I mean, I gotta be honest. Like, and Bob can attest to this. Like, I don't feel like anything I do is quality anything.
Yeah.
The shit that we're putting out is good shit.
It's fun, yeah.
Like,
And it's only getting better
well,
quality wise.
with our what's the word, determination
Yes.
to make this shit be perfect. I feel like what we're putting out is good. If you look at everything from how we're recording,
Yeah.
how in the beginning we just compressed, now we're
Yes.
doing other things, to how my editing, I went back and looked. Remember I told you,
Yeah.
I said I'm leaving these up so I could go back and look.
Yes.
When I looked at that, I could smack my old self for how shitty that was that I
Well,
put that up. The very first one I did, there's about 20 seconds of just black space at the end of it.
Is that episode 3? That's the first
No,
one.
no,
we
no.
did?
It's the very, very first time when I was talking about our podcast coming, and it had the
yeah,
people in
yeah,
the theater
yeah, yeah,
clapping
yeah.
and shit, and it was like that one. There's literally
Your-
like 20 seconds of
Yeah.
just black screen at the end of it. Because I didn't know. Because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, now
I mean, I still don't know what I'm doing, but I don't do that. You know what I mean?
yeah, but now, bro, it's
I
great.
mean, I got the greatest compliment of my life when Bob's son said, "Whoever does your editing does a good job." Bro, that made my week.
But that's an 8-year-old.
And it was honest.
Yes.
Because he didn't know I did that.
There's no filter on an 8-year-old.
and he didn't know. And he didn't know.
Exactly. And I said, buddy, I said, Eric does the editing. He goes, oh, that's awesome. Tell him he's doing a great job. And I'm
Dude,
like,
that was the best shit I
Thanks,
could
bro.
have ever. That was so good.
yeah, he made me laugh with that because
He made me feel really, really, really good about
Yeah,
that.
he
so.
was watching. He was watching one of the episodes on my TV the other day, and which one was it?
I figured the ones like the toys and the movies ones, those would be ones he could really get into.
I think it was the second music episode he was
Oh, okay.
watching, and some of the cuts and stuff you had done, and some of the effects and shit. And he goes, "Yeah, that's really cool. That's a good job." So,
Yeah, it's not going to be, just so you guys know, I'm still learning how to edit, so you guys are going to
Yeah.
see how, I say this almost every episode, but how the Kool-Aid is made.
right.
But I had no idea how to fucking edit video.
Yeah.
Like, Bob had to teach me how to do audio. I got that pretty much down. But neither one of us had ever edited video.
No.
I mean, outside of maybe an app here or there.
Right.
But I've gotten to the point now where I at least, like, now I know there's an auto sync. And now, so I try to put as much, you know, effort into it as I can. So, I mean, guys, please, like, I'm gonna be that guy now. Just whore out our podcast. Tell everybody you know. I mean, guys, we talk about a variety of topics in our main episodes. These bull sessions are us just talking about whatever the fuck we want to in that moment.
Just talking shit.
I mean, typically we record these during the week or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're recording this on a normal recording day because I needed it. You were down for it. We had been talking about slowing down the main episodes because we're a little ahead.
Yeah, to doing one a Sunday to stay ahead.
And like,
be
I
able to
like
do
the
this
bull
stuff.
sessions because I don't feel, and not that, like, guys, our main episodes are great.
Yeah.
I am a very, like, I can get chaotic in my world very easy, and Bob can attest to this. He knows I'm very routine with how I do shit. And so having a outlined episode is great for me.
Yeah.
But these episodes are dope because it gets to see, really, those episodes were what we're turning our empire into. These bull sessions are what Bearded and Crunchy started as. And this is where I think we're always going to come back to that. This is, you know, where, like, we're going to feel like this is our root.
Yep.
And who knows, if these start blowing up,
it might just be the norm.
It might have to. And then we sprinkle in some of the other stuff. But I do enjoy those. I enjoy struggling to come up with a topic and then finding one and going, shit, that's, you know
that's
what I mean?
Good, yeah.
It's fun. Just so you guys know, we're not going to stop. I'm serious, and Bob, I'll make this commitment to you. We're going to be doing this for years if we get 0 every week forever. We're not, because we do have family and friends that love us that will listen to us regardless. But we're at the point now with the couple of spurts that we've had, because we've had two weeks since we've done this, especially that really crazy one.
Bro, right.
Where we got some spikes that it's obvious that people want to listen. And I've said this before, like, you guys listening is absolutely great. Mm-hmm. The problem is we have no visuals on that. We have no documentation. We have nothing.
No.
Like, we don't. The only thing we have is where you're listening.
Yeah.
Where you're downloading. What you're downloading on. And what episodes you're downloading.
Yes.
So unfortunately, I got to keep bringing it up, but download the episodes. And I'll let you in on a secret. On Apple Podcasts, I download them on my personal.
Yes.
Of course. Me too. I'm sorry. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And you have to go in and check, because there have been weeks.
Yes.
Even though I have I have auto download on.
Or it didn't do it.
But there are some weeks when it just doesn't download, and I have to go in and download it. So even if you have auto downloads, check that. Where are we at on time, Bob?
28 minutes.
Yeah, we could probably shoot the shit a couple more minutes about whatever the fuck. Is there anything else that was going on? Well, I mean, there was a heat wave in the middle of... We forgot about that.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah, it was supposed to be even hotter than it ended up getting, but...
I will tell you this. My sister came up last weekend.
Correct.
With her husband, which was cool. And I got to spend an afternoon with my uncle from Texas I hadn't seen in 25 years. Right. And I will tell you this. I'll get to him in a second. Her and my sister and her husband brought an air conditioner up for us, and the same one that's in here, I think, but the one I have is a little bit bigger. It's like 14,000 BTUs. And bro, I replaced the one in my dining room with that, and I can tell you the days that we were up like 96 degrees, my house was 70 from this air conditioner. Oh, it was beautiful because I didn't feel like I was dying sitting in my chair. It was like 70 and cool, and I'm like, ooh, this is nice. I can actually sit here and watch TV or play a video game and not want to die.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to my uncle. He used to talk music with my grandpa all the time. That was their thing. And I would talk music with my grandpa too, when we would talk, which wasn't, I had a strained relationship with him, more my choice than anything. If I had to take it back, I would do it over again. I would get through my petty bullshit.
Hindsight's always 20/20,
Exactly.
bro.
And he died in 2021 at 88 years old. And so anyways, I got a chance to talk with my uncle. Like I said, hadn't seen in a quarter of a century. Hard to believe that. And we got to talking, and it was awesome because I started naming like prog bands, which for those of you that don't know, it's progressive rock or progressive metal. It's, that.
It doesn't follow the typical like note scale, like how you structure a song. They're just it's a different way to approach music is all.
One of the biggest, I would say, prog bands is Rush. I don't like Rush.
I don't either.
But you could probably
they consider Pink Floyd a prog band.
I would see that.
I mean, they were so experimental with the shit that they were doing.
And some people consider Tool like that.
I would agree with that as well. Absolutely.
But we got into talking about bands like Dream Theater and Porcupine Tree and things like that. That
the more underground, lesser known.
Well, Dream Theater's like
they're well known.
Like I would recommend totally listening to them.
I've listened to Dream Theater before.
They're awesome.
Steve.
Oh, he liked Dream Theater?
At Highcom.
Yeah. That's
he,
badass.
Dude, I wish he was a big guitar guy. I wish you would have been able to get to talk to him more.
I know. Only just in passing, man. But still.
But he was, but anyways.
Good dude.
But yeah, it's, that's awesome. You had told me that like you spent like 3 hours and you had mentioned that he was a big Pink Floyd fan.
He is.
When I texted you, I said I'd love to pick his brain because like bro, you know me. We've talked about this. I don't have an addictive personality. I have an excessive personality. I have read 12, 14 books on Pink Floyd. I've watched every documentary I can get my hands. I know a lot, so I would love to talk to because he lived through it. Right. Like my dad did, and he was a big fan. So it would be nice to find somebody like that I could pick their brain and see what they. You
would have loved getting a chance to talk to my grandpa too, because my grandpa, surprisingly, having been born in the 30s, he loved Pink Floyd.
That's crazy. I would not have guessed that. People hated them back then.
We've talked about it here. I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah, Rhiannon doesn't really like them either.
There's probably about 10 songs for me that are like, they're great. The rest of it for me, I'm kind of like, what else is on the radio?
Well, the problem too is from Dark Side of the Moon, all the way up to the Endless River in 2006, which is the last one they did, and that was also the last one before. There's only 2 members. Well, I take that back. There's 3 members because Roger Waters, but
right.
But they're concept albums. It's not like music today where it's an album full of singles. Yeah. That's just not how they make music.
Right.
One song flows into the other. Like, perfect example, like a lot of people skip The Great Gig in the Sky on Dark Side of the Moon because it's just a girl, like, I don't want to say screaming, but she's just, belting out. And it's like, but it's part of the ambiance of the whole album. So I can totally see that, but that would be fun. But I guess on that, we'll close this bull session out.
Good time.
Yeah. Dude, I love these. I feel so much better.
And they're like,
well, and you know why, but I've had a rough week and I've had a lot of anxiety and knots in my stomach, and for the first time in a couple of days, they're kind of gone.
So maybe you'll sleep good tonight. Yeah.
Maybe.
That's what we do it for.
Yeah, for sure. We've said it before and we'll say it again. This is therapy.
Yeah. Maybe later on it might come out what we talked about. Right now, that's for us to know and you to not.
I think that'll probably stay between us.
Yeah, probably.
Regardless.
That's fine.
It's fun for y'all to wonder.
Yeah. It's like the mystique.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
Does Eric have an offensive joke?
Do you got a joke today?
I think I got one of them there jokes.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to hear this.
All right. So, why don't orphans play baseball?
I don't know.
Because they can't find home. And on that note, We'll see you next session.